The views and opinions expressed on Chris Black the Podcast are not those of the station, platform, or any of its affiliates. Should they be? Probably. But who knows? That's what makes America great anyway. Thanks a lot and enjoy the show.
Welcome, friends, back to Chris Black the Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Black, and man, it has been a long time, but it's good to be back. It's actually the week of Thanksgiving, and I feel like it's time for me to impart some knowledge for you. So today is going to be the inaugural, very first Chris Black the Podcast Christmas edition. That's right. Y'all hear him out there? Santa's on his way. You hear sleigh bells? There you go, right there. So I've got Christopher on the show to talk to you a little bit about the gifts that the teens are into these days. We're going to talk about the gifts of giving yourself to friends and family. And also, I got a little difficulty with my truck. All this and more on an action-packed episode of Chris Black, the podcast. So stick around. The show starts now. Cool, a new intro.
Chris Black.
Nice.
News reporter.
No, not really.
Investigative reporter.
What am I investigating?
Graduated top of his class in journalism.
Barely graduated high school.
Catches the tough stories.
Not really.
Always bring you the latest headlines.
Who wrote all this stuff?
Always honest.
I am
and
mad.
always entertaining.
My kids don't think so.
Chris Black, the podcast, starts now.
They call him the chairman, 'cause that's his name. Making his way all over the house, making sure he's sane. Everybody wants a little what he's got. He's always looking busy, even though he's not. He's the chairman. That's his name. All right, we've got him. Hard to get, but I got him. The chairman's here. Go ahead, Christopher. Tell everybody hello.
What's up, guys?
All right, got him here. Just in time for the holidays. And I had to bring the chair. For those of you who don't know, the chairman is my son, little Christopher. He's not so little anymore. But he's going to help you navigate through this year's Christmas holiday nightmare with the gifts that keep on giving. So,
Yep.
there are hot trends and holiday gifts. Christopher's here to share a little bit about that with us today. So talk to me a little bit about today's gadgets. Like, what's everybody after these days? The teen crowd.
Everybody is after next-gen consoles. I'm just going to keep it honest. Everybody wants them. They're super popular. The price of them has actually gone down, and they're a little bit easier to find. I was actually at Walmart, and I saw they had a couple Xbox Series X's in stock.
So tell everybody what the next-gen console stuff is. Like, give me an example of a couple
Well,
of
for
them.
example, the PS5, the Xbox Series X, stuff like that. That's considered next-gen consoles.
That's your consoles. That's your... back when we were growing up, that was your Sega Genesis, your Super Nintendos.
Yep.
Yeah, now it's the good stuff. Man, it's come a long way from there. So, I had some questions. I was going over your list and talking to some other friends of mine who have kids that are your age. And can you explain what the hell VR is? Just in a nutshell. What's VR?
So VR, the most popular console is the Oculus for VR. There's a few others, but the most popular one right now is Oculus.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much what VR is.
What is virtual? I mean, it's virtual reality, but like, what is it like?
There's a
pretend
series
I'm
of
from a
games you can
planet
get.
that's never heard of this before. I'm an alien from a
I
foreign
hate when
land.
people say that. But pretty much what VR is, it's like games that you don't need a controller for. Well, you do. But to move your head, it's a really immersing experience.
Gotcha.
It's weird.
Okay, so you said Oculus. That's one that's kind of popular. I've seen these kind of thumbing through the old Facebook and so forth.
I've asked for one.
Yes, you have. I have no idea exactly what it is. I'm trying to educate. So
It's VR.
So an Oculus is, it looks like basically a pair of glasses that straps to your head.
Not quite. Not quite.
I mean, that's what I got from it. Like snow goggles that strap to your head.
Really?
There's a TV inside. I don't know. You tell
I'm
me.
offended. Pretty much what it is, in a nutshell.
Now, where do I get my content from? Like, how does it feed the video?
The video is all inside of the console, so if you don't have a computer, you don't have a console, you don't need any of that. It's all inside of the headset.
Okay. So I just turn it on and go from there?
Pretty much.
Do I need a computer or a console of sorts?
Not really. I mean, unless you want certain games, which not many people want certain games.
So, for the parents that don't know, like me, if you buy an Oculus, for example, if I go buy one of the bundle packages that has the games and this, that, and the other, can I use it? I mean, when you give this to your kids, can I use it out of the box on Christmas morning and not have to buy anything else if I buy a bundle pack?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so you don't need anything else to make it work.
No, you just need the console and the controller. Well, the console is technically the controller too. It's the way Oculus works, because it's the most popular right now, is it's a headset and 2 controllers that are shaped really weirdly. I don't know why they shaped them like that, but it is pretty cool.
They're ergonomic, maybe?
I guess. I don't know.
Who knew, right? So the Oculus is one that I've heard of. Now, I'm given to understand that PlayStation has a variation or a version of this,
Yes.
and Xbox as well.
Xbox does not.
Xbox doesn't.
PlayStation
Okay.
does.
Now, didn't
PlayStation
Xbox
does.
used to have the stupid 3-camera bar that goes on top of your TV and you could play controller?
The
or something?
Xbox Connect.
Ah, that's what it
the
was.
Kinect.
Okay. So Xbox Connect is kind of that old technology.
Yes, not many people use it anymore. I didn't find it really interesting when I had my Xbox One.
Yeah.
Some people might have used it, but I don't know.
What did you find as far as the PlayStation 5? What is their version of VR?
Their version is something that you connect to your console, which is one downside. It's not portable, because
Gotcha.
you have to have your console. I'm pretty sure. I know. I haven't done a lot of research, because I'm a PC gamer. I don't play on a console.
Okay, so
I'm
in the
not too
spirit of
sure.
full disclosure, this child hates PlayStation. I'll say he hates it, but he's never had a PlayStation. He's never been my PlayStation kid. He's been Xbox
Hey, man.
at best, but primarily a PC gamer. So things are a little different when you're in PC land. It's not like you're picking PlayStation versus, Nintendo or anything like that. So PC is kind of its own little world. So talk to me a little bit about some, every year the new games come out. So like what's on deck? What's the big stuff?
Well, recently, the new Call of Duty came out, Modern Warfare 2. I think Call of Duty Warzone 2 also came out, or it's just Warzone and it's been revised. I don't know.
How do you get these games? Do you download them? Do you buy the disc? Like, what's the story?
If you have a console, for example, there are these things called digital codes, which you buy your product and you input the code into the store, like the Xbox or PlayStation store. And you can also get the disc, but I just like having digital keys better.
Gotcha.
And also, I really like PC for the fact that I don't have to contend with all these discs, and I can just get an online code. And these programs like Steam have pretty much enabled anyone to go buy a game and not have to worry about a disc, because all the newer computers don't have disc drives or anything anymore.
That's so funny, yeah. So they stopped with the CD drive or CD players in cars, and now they just don't do that anymore. In technology land, it's kind of funny. We're gone. The CDs are gone. Period. So, as far as console gaming, PlayStation 5, Xbox, anything new and exciting coming out? Is it all pretty much the same?
So as for like PC, Xbox, no. But we did have, in the gaming community, we did recently have a new Oculus release. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like $1,000 console, which I just don't understand.
Is that the $1,500 Pro Oculus Meta Pro or something like that?
Yeah. It's like $1,500, and I don't see the point in it. Just
As
get
a
an
business
Oculus.
owner, do I need to buy one? Just kidding.
Do what?
As a business owner, could I use it for my business?
No. Unless
Then why do they call it the
business
Pro? I mean, the MacBook Pro is the Pro. I mean,
There's not really going to be a difference. I mean, sure, the quality will be better
Yeah, I got you.
and it'll look different, but
So, we're going to say that the Oculus is probably going to be very popular. If your kids don't already have one, I guess that's kind of the go-to this year. Availability, are they pretty easy to? Are they hard to come by, easy to find?
Honestly, not a lot of people are buying them. I don't think it's actually out yet. It might be. I don't know.
I mean, the Oculus in general, not the $1,500 Oculus, but I mean, as far
the
as
Oculus. They're really easy to find.
There's shortage on those.
There is, but most people aren't going to go in a store and buy them unless it's Christmas time. A lot of people are going to go in stores and buy stuff. Like, such as me and Dad were at Best Buy yesterday, and I went to the Oculus where they had the Oculuses, and they were sold out.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, aside from that, like Walmart, your stores, they'll carry that stuff.
Gotcha. So I'm given to understand that the Oculus seems to be kind of like the go-to as far as the technology this year, and there is two variations, essentially two choices outside of the as far as the Oculus itself goes. There's a 128 and a 256. Talk to parents about that. Obviously cost is a concern, but I mean, what's the difference?
So, like, let's say with the 128, if you have a console, the games aren't as big on these kinds of systems, which it's nice because you can have more with a smaller storage size. But considering the fact that you're going to have less storage, you can still have a decent amount of games, and it's going to be cheaper. But it still would be nice to have a 256 gigabyte console because it's nice because you can download stuff and not have to worry about deleting and whatnot.
Basically, space management is if it's in the budget, swing for the fences. Is that what you're saying?
Like me
but I mean, if
personally,
not,
I would go with the 128 gig, to be honest. That's just my preference.
I gotcha. So of course you're also used to managing data, so it's just kind of part of the deal. So if parents buy the 128, they're not doing their kids a disservice. It's just they'll get better about managing their space. Gotcha. Fantastic. In game land, what's hard to come by right now?
PS5s. I don't know why, but they are.
Still?
The Xbox Series X have gotten a lot easier to come by. We were at Walmart and I saw them.
Wow.
But like PS5, I don't understand why you still can't find them. You can now a little bit, but it's still really hard.
Okay. So PS5 is the one you're going to pay for.
I think people are more leaning towards PS5 now. I just don't know why, though.
Do you think they're doing that on purpose? Making them hard to get?
I feel like Sony has been selling less units of that console for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's...
Well, I think a lot of people with the cost of games and the systems and so forth, I think it turns a lot of people off to, well, my PlayStation 4 still works fine, my hardware's great, then I got to buy all these games again. So we're going to pause for a break real quick and come back, and we're going to expand a little bit more on that, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Chris Black, the podcast. I'm your host, Chris Black, and we've got a special guest with us today, Mr. Christopher Black, my son, also known as the chairman, is here to help us delve through technology gifts for the holidays. So welcome back, Mr. Christopher.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back. So last segment, we talked a lot about the gaming and technologies and consoles and all that fun jazz. So kind of switched the gears up just a little bit. Talk to the folks out there about some like simple technology gifts, maybe $50 or less kind of thing, streaming sticks, phone accessories, things like that. Talk to us about some of the items that are out there, some good gift ideas for the teenage kids in your life with technology.
So let's say you have a PC gamer and they just don't have a good keyboard or mouse. Go and get them like a cheap keyboard and mouse combo off of Amazon. It doesn't have to be anything good. It doesn't have to be Corsair or Logitech, but you can find some pretty good stuff for under $50. I just wouldn't recommend some of the combos. Look at the reviews before you buy something. And for that console gamer, get them some accessories for their console. Like the PS5 has interchangeable side plates. You know, the white plates on the side. You can change those.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also get them. I actually don't know how much controllers are. I know they're not $50.
We'll say $50 to $100. Let's say a $50 to $100 range. I mean, that'll get you a pretty decent amount.
Then controllers.
Gotcha. Now, charging packs, things of that nature for the controller, still a thing?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
But that's mainly for Xbox right now, because PS4 has, you know, the rechargeable batteries already inside of their controllers. But I just don't understand why Xbox hasn't swapped to that yet. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Xbox is owned by Duracell? No, I'm just kidding. I really
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me.
So, you kind of touched on something. A good gift between $50 to $100 for a PC gamer, office person, whatever. You were talking about keyboard and mouse combos. Throw out some recommendations on that as far as name brands to look for. You know, I mean, we're not going to buy a $150 mouse, but let's say a good quality, you know, keyboard and mouse for maybe a gamer, someone who's, you know, does a lot of PC work, maybe for a living. Like, what do you recommend for that?
So the keyboard, a good keyboard, which is exactly what I have, is the Corsair K50, or excuse me, the Corsair K60. It's a good keyboard. It's mechanical. It's lasted me for about a year now. I haven't had any problems with it. It's water resistant. So yeah,
that's huge.
Yes.
And then what do you have as far as a mouse these days?
Right now I'm using the Logitech G502. Depending on the version you get, it can go anywhere from $50 to $150. The Lightspeed is the $150 version.
Gotcha.
The wider G502 Hero, which is what I have, is anywhere from $50 to $70 to $100.
Gotcha. Look out for those sales, and especially around Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
We found a lot of really good deals on Corsair products and Logitech leading up to Black Friday, and even after Black Friday, believe it or not. And I will tell you, if you get some of that stuff, I've got a keyboard and mouse I actually use at work that I found on one of those deals. And yes, it's gaming stuff. It's cool. It's this, it's that, but it's phenomenal. It works really well. Something else we wanted to get into for maybe, let's say, those folks that have kids that are into like doing YouTube videos, streaming on Stitch, things like that. What kind of accessories could they get for those people? Like cameras, microphones, things like that?
A good camera. I wouldn't go out and just buy DSLR from Walmart or Best Buy for their first web camera. Get them a Logitech web camera and just start from that.
Like a 4K, like a Logitech 4K kind of deal?
You could. The Logitech Brio is pretty expensive though, so I really wouldn't recommend it. But get them a Logitech web camera. What do you have, Dad, for your web camera?
I don't even remember now. It's the Ultra HD Logitech. I think it was $79. It's pretty inexpensive.
And as for like a microphone,
God, you can spend $30 or you can spend $130 real easily. It's not hard to do. The HyperX was the one that I have found has been the most cost effective.
The Quadcast.
Yes.
The Quadcast and the Quadcast S. I got it because it looked cool.
So it's funny, we got our Quadcast at the same time.
Yep, I'm using mine, but I'm running mine through digital software to make it sound a little better.
I just plug mine into the hole in the side of my computer and it works. So mine only lights up red. I wasn't going to spring for the extra $30 for the multicolor deal. And once I put the windscreen on it, it covered the red anyway, so who really cares? But
exactly.
I think that was $100 and his was $130, $140, something like that. The sound quality
was
great.
on sale.
Yeah.
That was on sale.
And they'll probably be on sale around this time.
Yeah.
The other ones that we've used in the past, I have a Yeti Nano, which I loved, and it was about $100.
I had the Snowball.
And the Snowball
was a pretty good mic.
$60, $70, something like that, $69. I can't remember.
Depending on the version.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go for the Snowball Ice. I just wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't sound the best.
Yeah.
But that's preference.
Absolutely. So if you're, somebody's getting started with the YouTube, side of the world, or things like that, and they're using a computer for that, those are some pretty cool ideas. Now, some other ideas that I can tell you that I've found over the years, and Christopher can kind of fill in the gaps here, is they always need lights, like ring lights, stands for their cameras and phones, and walk through some of those must-have accessories you've discovered over the years.
So my biggest thing I've discovered over the years that I didn't know about when I started doing my YouTube stuff was a ring light. I didn't know about external lighting at all. I would just sit at my computer, no light, and just record a video. That was back in like 2017. I was like 9. But now I use a newer ring light. They're kind of expensive, actually. I think mine was $100.
Yeah.
So that is one good thing I've discovered. The second thing that I've actually like discovered is tripods as well. Tripods are really handy.
Different ways you can use them. There's a lot of different options too.
Yeah. And like, if you have a pretty complicated setup like me, your kid's gonna want power strips.
Oh yeah.
My power strip that I'm literally looking at right now is almost full.
Well, power strips, USB,
USB hubs.
Yeah, USB hubs are huge. Networking is one thing that we've gotten pretty good at over the years. A good quality switch to, if you're fortunate enough to have your stuff hardwired, you got more than one thing, you made it a good switch. So there's always a lot of gift ideas for, the person who has everything. Unfortunately, you just have to go through and figure it out. So, smartphones are, of course, always, big items, and most people fall in the Apple category or the, Droid category. Obviously, it's pretty simple. Talk about some of the phone accessories, the must-have accessories that are out there for Apple these days. MagSafe. Talk to us about MagSafe.
Oh my gosh, MagSafe is the best thing that's happened to me.
What is it?
MagSafe, it's a magnetic strip on the back of your phone. This is for the 12, 13, and 14 lineup. All of those phones from that lineup have it. My phone has it. All of our phones have it. So pretty much what it is, you can charge your phone with it. You can get MagSafe wallets to put on the back of your phone. There's phone cases to make it compatible with those things. You can get MagSafe phone mounts for your car. There's so much stuff these days that you can find.
Can I hang my phone with my MagSafe case?
I personally wouldn't, but I mean, hey man, you do you.
Well,
I don't know how strong it is.
Yeah, well, that's a big thing that Apple came out with a while back, and they've really kind of expanded and grown on the technology. So
yeah.
So we've kind of covered a lot of ground today, and I guess there's really only one thing left. So out of all these things that we talked about and discussed today, what are the things that you want the most personally for Christmas?
Like, for me, I do really want an Oculus, I'm not going to lie. I've asked for it. So
I know.
Oculus is awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly. It's a good gift. They're pretty expensive, though, so I don't expect to be getting one. But, hey, man, we'll see.
I like your sales pitch on that.
What?
It's pretty expensive, so I'm not really sure.
But we'll see.
We'll see. All right, so what, other than Oculus, what do you want for Christmas?
I'm going to keep it frank with y'all.
You haven't made it that far?
No, I have.
Gotcha.
I'm going to keep it real frank with y'all. I want a new keyboard.
We just bought you one, I swear. All right.
Actually, not a new keyboard, but I want a can of compressed air for it, because it's a pain to clean.
Yeah,
because I have to take off all the keycaps to clean it.
I'll see what I can do. So, there you have it, folks. Out of all the stuff that he wants for Christmas, an Oculus and a can of air. So,
come on.
Thank you for joining us today, Christopher, and sharing with the people the things that we thought we knew about technology. And hopefully you learned a few things. Maybe I can con him into putting some things together in show notes and giving you a place to go look at things. So, kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about. So, Christopher, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us, and we will be back right after this. 22 minutes past the top of the hour, and welcome back. And I tell you what, those first two segments, man, it took me kind of flew through that. I'm really enjoying all that we're going through with the holidays this year, and it seems like Christmas is just so much earlier than it has been in years past, but that's okay. So we kind of covered the gift giving tips when it came to your teenagers and all the technology, and some of those things we can kind of spin back around to our spouses and friends and loved ones and so forth in regular life. So that being said, this segment I want to kind of talk about the history of gift giving, if you will, in my household and my for my kids and also for my wife Hope. So one of the things that I enjoy about the Christmas season, the holiday season, is getting to spend time with friends and family that we haven't seen in a while, and that's all well and good. But one of the most difficult challenges I have with my wife is gift giving, period. It's so amazing how in the beginning it seemed kind of simple and simplistic, and it was easier to get that perfect gift, and as time rolls on it got a little more complicated. But when we were dating, I was able to get her this fabulous necklace that came in a picture frame, and basically that frame, God, we had it for a long time until it got knocked down. I don't know how many times, but you pulled the two little wallet-sized pictures apart, and there was a picture of the two of us. It was pretty neat. And there was a chain with, I think it was a past, present, future diamond necklace. That's what came in that particular gift that year. And it wasn't very expensive, but that was when we were dating. It was pretty neat. So the first year we were married, we got married in September, and we just moved into our first house. We hadn't been there very long, and after we got married, and then that first year was Skylar's first Christmas with us. And I can remember like how much is too much and how much is enough, and we went nuts. And we weren't independently wealthy by any stretch of the imagination, but we wanted to make sure he had a phenomenal Christmas. And of course, Big Mama gave him an awesome Christmas, and my grandmother and everybody around us, just really included him with everything. And I remember we met a good friend of ours, Ralph, and his wife at the Christmas parade that year. And it was kind of chilly out, and they were giving out ice cream cups. I don't know why, but anyway, they were passing ice cream cups. And we watched the parade. It was a nighttime parade, and for about I guess it seemed like forever, but you could hear this marching band from a distance, and it took them forever to get to us. And it was kind of funny. And here they come, the ASU Marching Hornets were high stepping, and Skylar thought that was just the coolest thing ever, and he really got into the marching band at that point. They were coming by, of course, they were performing and they were dancing, and Skylar, his little, 4-year-old self is getting down to the Christmas music, and of course they put a little flavor on the old Christmas classics, and the drumline can't be beat, and of course let's not forget the honeybees coming through doing their thing. And that was kind of like, all right, cool. That was our first real introduction. That was the first Christmas thing Hope and I had ever done as a family and with Skylar. So that was kind of like the beginning. So after that, it was all right. Let's hit the parades, and we used to go to parades all the time in Prattville and pretty much everywhere we've ever lived. But that was always really special to us, and we enjoyed seeing the local businesses and watching the kids grow up in various parades. Funny enough, Skylar marched in high school, so his band marched in the Christmas parades here, and now Christopher will be doing that this year. But the gift giving has always been kind of we think of presents and jewelry or kitchen appliances or whatever, and really the gift that comes from the holidays is the memories, the thoughts, the reminders, the things that don't really most people would kind of just dismiss as being a gift. Last year, Christmas was its gift to me. I was fortunate enough to be alive to celebrate and understand that the holiday was a special time. And it hasn't always been that way for me. Let me explain. Many years ago when I was young and dumb, I worked in retail. And, we start Christmas planning in retail in September, October. And, of course, the Christmas stuff comes out earlier and earlier every year. and it just kind of goes sideways from there. For me, I hated it because we would start, in October planning and getting things in and doing this, that, and the other. And of course, when I had my own phone store back in the day, I mean, we didn't do Christmas until after Thanksgiving. And I would get some, friends and sometimes family would come into the store, and we would decorate the store for the holidays. And it was always cool. I mean, Christmas tree ornaments, lighted garland. I mean, the store was just nuts. And after dealing with, the Christmas music day in and day out, and, being around Christmas, it was so commercialized. It drove me nuts. And I was also in a different place in my life. I wasn't as in touch with the faith side of Christmas. It was, just a time to make money and sell things for people to give. And, it was just, I really wasn't in the right place for that. But as I had a family, I had to learn to do those things, to give my kids more, not just gift wise, but I mean, give them more of me and who I was. And as I got older, I got better with that. So Christopher's first Christmas was very difficult because he was born premature, and most people know his story. But in the midst of all that, I was working for a reseller for a big cell phone company, and I ended up losing my job in the process, and getting back to work was not an easy feat, and especially with all the challenges we had with Christopher and his health and things of that nature. Luckily, I mean, he didn't have anything bad going on. It was just the constant going to the doctor, checking this, doing that, and supporting my wife and trying to find a job. It was so complicated, believe it or not. It was not easy. I don't know how I got through that time in my life, but I remember when I put the Christmas tree up that year and we put the lights on the tree, Christopher was just mesmerized by the lights, and he would sit there and just stare at the tree for hours. And he was actually so small, I've got a picture somewhere, he fit in his stocking his first year. And I took a picture of him in his stocking with his little Christmas hat on, and that was his first Christmas. And that was a gift you'll never replace. So the next couple of years, we got into more of the we had Christopher and Skylar, and my wife had a family member staying with us for a period of time. She was 11 years old, I believe, and that was a very magical Christmas for a lot of reasons. But there was a lot of work that went involved, that got involved with, helping someone else's child. I mean, I treat her as if she were my own child, but you don't really know what Christmases were for this kid. So you do the very best you can, and we wanted to make it as magical as we could, and we did. And let me tell you, girls are a totally different story from boys. Boys I can deal with. I can figure out like what to get them, and your trucks and cars and whatever's. And girls are there's a reason they have twice as many aisles dedicated to girls' toys than we had. So on the boys' side, so that was a little complicated. But that year, I remember I was up till 4:00 in the morning building toys, putting things together, getting things ready, and I mean, it looked like Christmas threw up in our living room the next morning. It was pretty awesome. I also owned the towing company at that time, so luckily I ran the last call that night at like 8:00, and it was just a quick jump start. I got home and got back to building all that, and I mean, we built little tight cars and little toys, and we had a ball pit and a tent and a this and a that. It was just nuts, and it was awesome. And we really had a good time. Like, half the fun of that was getting everything prepared and getting it ready to rock and roll. And the next day I was exhausted. But I know we got up about 6:00 the next morning, and I was still tired because I'd been in bed for like 2 hours. And so fast forward, several years later, as my kids got older, things haven't always been easy. So the ability to do what needs to be done, try to provide, for your family is always a challenge. And it can be even more so when you have, kids around the holidays and times are tough. So, I'm always grateful for the time that I get to spend with my family, because regardless of, how much money is in the bank account or how much stress I have on my shoulders or how much, the world seems like it's fighting me at every turn, it's okay. Because I can look back and understand the reason for the season. I understand the importance of Christmas, the holiday. I understand why we do what we do. And this year I'm going to share that with my kids and my family more than I ever have before. Because this time is special, it's precious, and we don't get it back. So that being said, I encourage you to think about the gifts you're giving your family. Think about the things that you're trying to accomplish each year. When you're stressed out and I got 9,000 presents to wrap, and this, what are you really doing? I mean, seriously. It's building memories, and I will tell you from my own personal experience, I have probably wrapped hundreds, if not thousands, of gifts in my lifetime. I can name probably 3 or 4 things that I've wrapped. It doesn't matter. It's the memories. It's the the ability to generate and create those memories. So that's the gift that I'm shooting for with my family this year, and I hope that's the gift that you strive for with your family and your loved ones as well. Because the gift of memories, time, and love is something that you can't buy that anywhere. I don't care how big your limit is with Amex. You can't buy love for your family. You just can't. So enjoy those people that are around the tree and that are around your table that come into your home this time of year. You never know. Some of those people may be there for the last time. We don't know what leads from one year to the next. So enjoy those times, cherish those times, and make sure that this year for the Christmas holiday season, whatever it is you celebrate, put the things that matter, the things that are important, prioritize those things first, and remember why you're doing all the things that you're doing. Don't stress yourself out. And Lord knows going into debt is not something you want to get into either. That's a podcast for another day. But you just enjoy your family and look around and take inventory of what you got and all your blessings and the gifts you truly have. So stay tuned. We'll be wrapping things up next. More after this. Welcome back to Chris Black, the podcast. It has been a very interesting show, to say the least, geared up for the holiday season. And it's one of my favorites. Silent Night. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat that. So it is one of my favorite parts about the holidays is the music side of the world. And there's, of course, the old standards, the classics, got a little jazz maneuver on some of those. And then you have the modern day twist. And then, the NSYNC, Backstreet Boys of the world come out with an album. And everybody's got to get into it. But of course, Mariah Carey, hands down, has the best deal going on the Christmas deal. And who knew that years ago when she sang her song, it would be, it's popular. Everybody knows that song. Everybody from, grandma to 3-year-olds probably know that song. But anyway, it's pretty interesting. So, this last segment, we're going to kind of keep it short. I know if we got things to do, I've kind of gone over my time a little bit, but I wanted to share with you some gift-giving ideas that I had. In the last segment, we talked about giving the gift to yourself, to your family, and all that other fun stuff, and that's really cool. But I know what you're thinking. Chris, I know there's no way I can, pass up an opportunity to, get the one that I love. So what we're going to do now is, women, you're probably not really going to want to hear this. This is really boring. I've got a situation going on with my truck. For some reason, whenever I accelerate, it throws a code on the dash. And so what I have to do is get my OBD reader out, and it's BP727. And when I pull it back, it says, bore injector is 32 of an inch off, and, caliper this and all that. All right, so good. This should be gone now. All right, fellas, so here's the deal. Christmas time is around the corner, and you cannot skimp. This is not an area where you can say, I'm going to wait till... Don't do it. Do not wait till the last minute, for the love of God and all that's holy. So here's what I recommend. These are the things that we're not going to do this year for our gift-giving ideas. Unless she explicitly states she wants a specific appliance. my wife wants a what do you call that thing? Air fryer. She wants a bigger air fryer because we have one now. It's awesome. She wants a bigger one. She's giving me 1,000 reasons why it's the best thing ever. Yada yada yada. All right, cool. Now the trick is if you give an air fryer or a vacuum cleaner or an appliance, whatever, you got to get at least 2 gifts that are kind of like for her, like maybe some earrings and a blouse or basically the equivalent of whatever you gave an appliance that she's going to use all year round. You got to give her something really cool. Like one year, I gave an appliance and I gave her a Coach purse. That's what she wanted. She loves the Coach purse, by the way, and she has a little wallet that goes with it now. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. But I learned pretty early on that is kind of how you have to do the gift thing. It's not, you can't just, give things that they're going to need. That being said, we're not going to buy vacuum cleaners and give that as gifts. We're not going to buy, a robe is nice, but, your gift giving's got to be a little personal. Now, if you're tight on money, I understand. There are some really cool things you can do that will help you get through the holiday season on a budget and make you look really good. I learned this a long time ago. Arts and crafts with the kids make awesome Christmas gifts. Hear me out. Go to your local Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or my friend Matt's Garage, either way. And you're going to go in there and look for like unfinished jewelry boxes and things like that. If your wife is like mine, she probably already has a bunch of crap in the kitty, so to speak. Like she's got a bunch of paints and this, that, and the other. If not, see if she's got a creative friend. And I promise you her creative friend will help you because they're going to be so proud that you took initiative. I've been there, done that. It helps. Then you're going to do something like a little jewelry box or maybe a frame, like a picture frame, something unfinished. Then you're going to have the kids paint it and say, I love mom or mom special, whatever. And put a little, saying or a little poem or something like that. And then, that costs next to nothing in most cases. Wrap it up, bam, you're done. And it gives you a chance to kind of hang out with the kids. And, even if it looks like teetotal garbage, she's still got to hang it up and use it. So, and you win. Like, that's the whole point. So, that's, like I said, money's tight and you want to do something special. You do win brownie points doing custom things. I will say that. One of the first years we were married, we didn't have a lot of money. I think it was our 3rd or 4th Christmas. I can't remember. But anyway, it was one of the first Christmases. Let's say the top 3 or 4. I bought her one of those cone vacuum cleaners. Vacuum up crumbs and so forth. I bought her a crock pot and I bought her a new toaster. And that was the Christmas gift. Now, Skylar couldn't keep his damn mouth shut, so she was in there complaining about sweeping or something. I can't remember. He was like, well, you just wait till Christmas. You'll really like the cone vacuum cleaner Daddy got you. And that's one of those handheld cone deals. I'm like, you want to shut the hell up? And it's not like I could... do anything different. I mean, I bought what I bought. I was out of, the money had been spent and away we go. So, that was a really tight year for us. So I was like, well, crap. I'm not going to say I got in trouble, but I learned my lesson that year. We don't buy appliances for the wife. That was the lesson I learned. Things around the house kind of stuff. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. Whatever. So that was kind of the year I learned that lesson. Another thing that I've learned is know your kids. If your kids are gonna, tell on you or spoil the surprise, keep it a secret. I mean, I can't tell you how many times my kids have been there like, let's see what you got, Mom, because they have no idea. I've already bought and know what I was going to do. And I left them out of it because some people can't keep their mouth shut. Both of my kids they're all right at keeping secrets, I guess, but not really. So I frown on that. So long story short, know your kids. As far as like clothes and things like that, I've learned my wife has a specific website and a company or two actually that she likes. So I'll get permission to do a gift card scenario so that way she can get what she wants. Fellas, there's nothing worse than buying your wife something and it doesn't fit. If it's too small, then you don't pay attention. She's going to think that she's, overweight. And if it's too big, she's like, damn, how big do you think I am? So, like, there's really no winning when it comes to, like, clothing, if I'm being honest with you. And, you know, we love our wives and our spouses. We wouldn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but fellas, the ladies are real sensitive about stuff like that, so we don't want to do that. Shoes, kind of same thing. Some of those are a safe bet. I've done that over the years. It hadn't been too bad. But the biggest thing is, you know, you want to look like you tried. Put some effort into it. You know, my wife's good at gift giving. She's probably the best at it. I'm the worst at it. Hands down the worst. There have been some years I'm like, Christmas Eve at 6:30, I'm like, I got 30 minutes left while they shut this Walmart down for 2 days. This is not good. I've been there. It sucks. It ain't fun. But I've also learned, and, you know, my wife does enough for my family and for us. You know, it's just the one day of the year. Let's, like, do something for her. Now, the other problem I run into is I'll buy something that I know she really, 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 really wants, and then I'll turn around and I'll give it to her before Christmas, and then, like, Christmas Day, she's like, well, thank you for my multicolored warmy socks. These are awesome. You know, thank you so much. And we're still opening gifts, and meanwhile, she's opened her, you know, Ninja whatever, and, you know, cutting tool or whatever it is, you know, all the things that we buy her that she really, really, really wants, and it's to make her life easier. I think one year I bought her some stuff for baking, because she likes to bake cookies around the holidays, and I gave her, like, all of her Christmas gifts that year, and I felt awful because she was really appreciative, but she didn't have anything under the tree. I'll probably suffer that same fate this year. I got my Christmas present a few months ago, mostly because I had to go get it, but it's fine. But again, like I said, just try to make it special with the kids and the family and so forth. We've got a new tradition going at Big Mama's house this year. I'll report back when it's all said and done. We'll see how it goes. But those are just a few tips and tricks for the gift giving this time of the season for me and what I've learned. So. Well, you know, when you hear the beat drop, it's time for us to part ways for the week. But I tell you what, I've really enjoyed spending time with you today. Hope you learned a few things. And like I said, it's just on my heart to share a little bit of the holiday spirit coming up and going forward. So I hope you count your blessings and enjoy the time you get to spend with your friends and family during this awesome time of the year. It's kind of like the time we look forward to, you know, from January on, and it gets here and you're like, golly, it just seems to come faster and faster every year. But swing by podpage.com/Chris Black to learn more about the show, find ways to connect with me online, and also check out the show notes. And hey, you never know, Christopher may have actually put together some things for you over there for the teenage gift giving side of the world. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and let us know. It was so awesome to spend this time with you, and we'll see you next time. Have a Merry Christmas.